One guy got killed over the shoes, man. Rest in peace. Seriously, that shoe caused so much havoc.
Did y'all know Penny ain't even debut his own shoes?
Man.
When the Foams, the Foams is Penny's shoe. He ain't even debuted them jump.
What you mean?
Mike Bibby debuted his shoes in college when they won a championship. And did y'all know Mike wore the Penny ones against him? We'll get into it. We'll get into it. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Uptown Alley Fashion. Your boy C-Jack City here. In the 1997 March Madness NCAA basketball tournament, Mike Bibby and the Arizona Wildcats upset Paul Pierce and the #1 seeded Kansas Jayhawks.
Bibby takes the shot, put him up by 5.
What shoes he had on in that game? He wore the Foamposite ones, which is Penny Hardaway's shoe. He wore them before Penny. I don't know how he pulled that off with Nike.
Team playing the next game, Providence at 19 steals. Bibby with a 3.
Sweet 16 to the Elite 8 to the Final 4, all the way to the National Championship game. Mike Bibby sealed the deal in Penny Hardaway's shoes.
I love those sneakers. I actually need to get those again.
So in this episode, we're gonna hop in the time machine right quick and talk about the Foamposites. 1997. Nike was in their bag. I mean, from the Jordans, the way Jordan accelerated with sales, they had the Barkley, he was doing his thing. You had Dion with the diamond turfs, you had the Griffies, some of my favorite shoes. They had the Griffies, some of my favorite shoes, and they followed that right up with giving Penny Hardaway a new look, like this new material foam. I don't know what it is. Like, what is that material called, y'all? I don't know the material on the foams, but it's like indestructible almost.
Hadn't been seen before, so I was like, I'll rock these.
When the Foamposites originally released in 1997, they didn't have as much steam until they first retroed in 2001. I want to give y'all a quick fact check. The Foamposite ones don't have the swoosh on the side. It got the penny cent sign on the back. The Foamposite Pros got the jewel swoosh on the side. Still sweet, they still look good, but they two different type of shoes. They two different, I guess, versions of the shoe.
They came up with the kryptonite of the Foamposite. I was like, ooh, with the green, I was like, yo.
In 2009, Nate Robinson went to Nike and they came up with the Crypto Nate colorway for the Foamposite lights, in which Nate Robinson won a dunk competition. This is the crazy story behind this. Because that same weekend, before the dunk competition,
But believe it or not, that day, when they made me the shoes, somebody stole them out of my hotel.
they were stolen out of his hotel room. It wasn't until this world's dumbest criminal put them on eBay, not realizing nobody else made those for nobody else but Nate. Nike only made those shoes for Nate Robinson. So we know who you are. We can track you. Nominee for world's dumbest criminal of all time. So because of Nate Robinson wore these sweet ass shoes in the dunk competition, 2009 Twitter was going crazy. That encouraged Nike to come out with a whole new colorways for the Foamposite ones. So guess what happened in 2010? When the coppers dropped, the DMV went crazy.
Penny should have really been happy with these right here. If he wasn't, he's crazy. Penny, you crazy.
If you was from the DMV area, it don't matter just DC, Maryland or Virginia. Everybody was jumping on them coppers, man. They was a big deal. The coppers was so big, we had the likes of Bat Trail and the Slutty Boys on a whole mixtape cover with them. Shy Glizzy rapped about them, while they always had them on. He always rapped about them. DMV, DC, we was representing with them foams, man. Then they came with the electric greens, and they came with the pewters. They came with the electric reds. They had the aqua blues. Then they did something called the half cents, where they came with a combination of Penny's original shoe and the foams, and did the same colorways with those. Nike was in their bag. They said, you know what, we're gonna ride this Foamposite wave off as long as we can. They even had the Nike Wavies that came out because of them colorways. It was going crazy. If you couldn't afford the regular foams, that's what you're gonna go get. No shade, no shout to you. If you can freak it how you can freak it, that's how you do it. But Nike was definitely in their bag with that. Also, what we got to say, Foamposite, Foamposite boots. The whole foam era of Nike started a whole trickle effect of a bunch of creative Nike ventures and just everything. Some of the Nike stuff. The Foamposite boots, I had them on in my Averex episode. Check it out. The two most popular foams outside the toppers was probably the Eggplants and the Galaxy foam.
The boutiques that were selling those shoes, man, the lines were like ridiculous, and people were actually fighting.
When these Galaxy foams dropped, it caused some problems in the city, boy. I'ma tell you. Only a couple stores had them, like 3 stores in the whole area. They stopped the complete online sale altogether. They just didn't release them online altogether. Minnesota Avenue, downtown locker room. I don't know if y'all out from DC, it's not a good idea to be standing outside in the middle of the night in line to get some exclusive shoes on Minnesota Avenue. If you ain't from around there, not a good look. If you are from around there, it ain't a good look. The Galaxy phones, to this day, if you go with StockX or Go app, you still gotta drop about $1,500 for them. And the rumor is, Nike is planning to soon re-release the Galaxy phones. You might wanna wait for them. I don't know about dropping no $1,500. When the Galaxy phones dropped, it was like Bama was getting a brick and flipping it. No bull. Bama would go buy them, put them online for $2,000. It was that serious. People had to have police escorts who purchased the phones. There's even footage of a young man on a college campus in broad daylight getting beat up and his shoes taken off his feet. Crazy. Side note, technically they say the phones was originally designed for Scottie Pippen, but he passed on them. So then Penny took them, and then Mike Bibby, David. The phones was a big deal, and Scottie just makes bad decisions. I know how y'all see he be hating on Michael Jordan lately.
I'm gonna put myself in there if you're gonna call out a greatest player. What makes Michael Jordan great? He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with.
Bro, you won 6 championships. First of all, we ain't even gonna get into that. Scottie, make it right with Mike. Slack time. Subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the notification bell. Hashtag UPTAF. Let's get it. What's up, y'all? Uptown Alley Fashion's hot drop of the week. We got the white Air Foamposite ones, the Penny PEs. Penny actually wore these in the game. Don't get them confused with the pearls. They not the pearls. These the Penny ones, the PEs. He wore these in the game. Go check them out. They about $240, $250. It's a little steep, but they worth it. They fly like they always been. Go check them out.